Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages. I hope you're doing well, and I do hope that this reaches you because I know that there's a lot going on, but guess what? You can kind of just relax now, okay? You've already made progress. Just notice the progress that you have made and don't get too overwhelmed. And when it comes to choices and their consequences, Spirit is saying just make a choice that feels good for you, that you want to experience. And perhaps you may need to go back into time here and not hold on to anything that you feel was a bad experience or a mistake or something maybe you regret, because everything was just as it was, an experience. And we only get stuck in a story if we make it right or wrong. And Spirit is saying right now, don't worry too much about right or wrong. Choose to experience life as it comes and know that life is that abundant, that you get to have choices upon choices. And yes, every single choice we do make has a natural consequence. I mean, that's just how life is. But when we worry too much about is it right or is it wrong, we actually stagnate and we don't move or grow. So there is something that I feel you've either come up to right now or you will, where Spirit wants you to not hesitate on making a choice, to just do what you feel is good and right for you right now, and taking one step towards, a dream or a goal of yours, even if you don't know how it's all going to unfold. Some of you feel that you've come to some type of stalemate situation here. And so you may need to allow something to unfold naturally for you so that you don't feel like you're going against the currents of life. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. See, I just was talking about going against the currents of life, and the Spirit of the river is asking you to do the same thing. You may be so consumed, or you may get to a place where you can get consumed by fixing everything or trying to solve problems. This kind of, Scorpio, there may be a connection between you and Aquarius, or you may have Aquarius placements in your chart, because I'm just getting something that came off of Aquarius's reading here. There's something about possibly just almost having an addiction to fixing things, and we're so concerned by trying to fix things that we lose ourselves in experiencing life and also allowing things to resolve itself. And that's exactly what this Spirit of River is. Yes, you're making movement toward adventure. And while you're doing that, you're getting to experience life as it comes, making choices without worrying about whether it's right or wrong, but just doing it because you know that you have that free will to do so. And you know yourself better than anyone. You know whether or not something is going to be a good consequence or a bad consequence. But even if it is even if it's bad or if it's a mistake, don't get too caught up in that, because that's life. We all make mistakes, right? And then we always get to improve ourselves. That's the beauty of this life and this feast of plenty. Now, if you're feeling a lack of, this is also a reminder that your life is becoming more full and there's plenty for you to choose from. Now, let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Okay, this choices and their consequences is making a lot more sense with the caterpillar. You notice it's a caterpillar, but yet it's a cat head. Something has morphed into something brand new. And actually, you've morphed into something brand new, and it's beautiful, okay? So hopefully, I do hope that you notice that you have become someone brand new. You're no longer the stories of the old. In fact, I bet, I guarantee it feels awful when you start talking about the old hurts and the old stories, because you're kind of like, Really? I really don't even want to talk about it, but for some reason we are. And that's okay too. But anyhow, this caterpillar is letting you know, that there may be two choices up ahead here too, right? And so the idea with this caterpillar and this opportunity is to take on what's unfamiliar, take on what's new, move away from that which, looks familiar, smells familiar, feels familiar, because it is. And Spirit is moving you towards adventure, not something that we feel stagnant. Now, some of you, not all of you, you may feel a little too comfortable here, but it's almost weird because it's almost like, yes, it's comfortable, but yet it's not. Because there's more to experience or more to explore. Whether this is your internal world or your external or both. I mean, I feel they both go hand in hand. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Oh my goodness. You've been doing some good deeds. I really get justice with this. Perhaps maybe judgment, a mixture between justice and judgment with that feast and plenty. Spirit has already been watching what you've been doing. These small little kind gestures, whether it's a thought, a praise, something you've done. You've graced others with some type of love, some type of compassion, maybe some type of material gain for them. And so you are receiving now. You are getting ready to receive back all of these things that you've done in a myriad of ways, not just one. This is why Spirit wants you to enjoy the spirit of the river, right? Finding your movement, which means if you're having a hard time finding movement, hone in on what you really want to discover and explore. And that may cause you to come back to really sitting still in your heart space so that you're not in a place where you're feeling, people are feasting on you, that you get to feast on that, right? Not in a bad way. But because you're generous, because you are a very attractive soul, I can see how we can get caught up, or people can get caught up in wanting to, feast on you. I don't know if that sounds good or bad, but, you got to watch out for the takers, because takers will continue to take without giving, right? And so this is all about reciprocity. And Spirit wants you to know too that there's an opportunity as well to find some type of great support or companionship, that you got to be willing to adapt to changes right now and not try to figure it out. I think, that's the secret. And I know for some people that can be scary, because especially if you're a planner, and you want to be real practical, or you whatever, a realist or whatever. Yes, it's fine. But sometimes, and as we know, we can only predict and plan so far. As you know too, go look back in your life and see how many times have you, planned something and perhaps it got sideswiped or it went another way, and that's just us yielding to a higher power, because Spirit has got you here, okay? Spirit has you here. What else? Some roses here. There may be something about roses, which is all about love and passion. Perhaps you're blossoming as well, right? Kind of, as a rosebud is really tight, but see, you're blooming and blossoming here. Oh, look at that. You're attracting people here. Now, there may be a community that you're coming into or creating, or just don't feel that you have to do something alone here, right? Make sure you're tending to your emotional needs with connecting with others, okay? Because I do see that we are creating or manifesting a power of community here. Support. Look at that. Gather around the king and the queen. I'm just saying. Or gather around just you know, whether you have someone or not, because you might be the king and the queen, the sugar mama, the sugar daddy, the empress, the emperor, whatever. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Because I see that oh, ooh, what goes around comes around. And so this is a time where you're moving away from more of what has been taken from you, getting to a place where you're going to receive more. And it's going to be where it's fluid though, right? It's not just you're taking, but if that's the case, well then just accept it. Because when your time comes to give, you'll know. And you'll be giving from a generous place. Honor the physical vessel that enshrines your soul. So Spirit is saying, pay attention to your health, right? We're making choice. Look at that. We're talking about health, and maybe there's something about a feast here, right? Choices and their consequences. This is all about making these choices now, not tomorrow, just now. One little tweak, and you've already been doing this anyways. And I sense a lot of you already feeling more empowered, because you're being reminded too that you are a spiritual being having a physical and human experience. So here you are taking care of the non-physical, the spiritual side, and here you also taking care of the physical side, because you're the bridge. You are the bridge of what's to be here, what's to come, what's to open up into your new reality. What else? Take time to heal if you need to heal too. Catch up on some sleep for some of you. Look at this, the crossing, the initiation. Yeah, this is the moving out of a stagnant or stalemate situation, or somewhere where we are, definitely over with, done with. So we've got to make that crossing here. Power of community. Maybe some of you, it's about trying to open up more, especially if you've been more reserved, right? And it could just be by practicing saying hello, okay? Or whatever you got to do. But let's get a little bit more about this crossing and the initiation for you. Because I see this as a welcoming group here, or a welcoming here. Give us more about the crossing. Oh, look at that. Change. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, because we have to move away from that is familiar. And anytime anyone goes through that, we all know this at different times in our life. Sometimes it's more extreme than others. But anytime we're leaving a place that we know that's comfortable, it's always scary. But, replace it with curiosity and excitement instead of fear. Don't deny yourself of some type of beautiful and generous and abundant place here. Because Spirit is saying there's something you might be overlooking too. You might be overlooking all of these things that you have done thus far. Creating things for yourself and others, being proud of what you've accomplished. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Yeah, there may have been something for some of you where you've had to deal with maybe your own pride or someone else's pride. But in this situation here, there's something about you not denying or underappreciating what you've done and what you can do. Do not underestimate yourself. Do not underestimate your skills. We have change here. See, there's something about you taking on something that Spirit is gracing you with and has graced you with. You are going to have blessings upon blessings. Know this and believe this. As long as you stay in this place where you know with certainty you've got something to give here in a good way, whether it's just bringing your energy, whether it's bringing something that you're skillful at. You have something that is undeniable that you need to be proud of. Now, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Look at that. Spirit of river, movement toward adventure, movement. Now, there could be something too where we could be in a place, just take this if it resonates. You know, we may have gotten a little comfortable here, right? And we might be denying something that spirit is guiding you to do here, right? Because we might be hesitating. But we have to keep on doing something where you're being called to not feel that you're going against something here. So this change, this movement, something has happened or it will happen where you can't deny the change, you know? So you might as well surrender to it and see where it takes you. What else? Oh, repairing the veil, forgiveness, letting whatever we need to let be, just be. Now, there's also this discovery or exploring what we can repair when it comes to our own spiritual veil, right? But most importantly, there's something going on with bridging something. I keep getting something about bridging something becoming very clear here, coming to a place where, you know, we're not denying ourselves of love or forgiveness. Now, some of you know, I can see something being repaired possibly in a relationship here. But the most important thing is repairing what we forgot about ourselves. That you are, you know, spirit in human form. Let's get a little bit more about repairing the veil. There's like this mending here. Let's get more about repairing this veil. Oh, me talks. Okay, look at that. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Quit doing so much, quit overthinking so much. I know it may sound easier than done, but you've got to do it now. Quit waiting. For some of you, I feel like you just keep waiting for like something before you take time out for yourself. That's not how it works. Right now, we have to do what we have to do to repair the body, the mind, and the spirit. This is essential for you. You may have been around a lot of harsh energies. There may have been a lot of negativity. But whatever it is, we have to take care of ourselves. And this is important here because you're purifying something too. Because you're in this initiation process. Look at that. What else for Scorpio? A tidy house, clarity and organization. This is also, I feel, connected to me talks, right? We're clearing out the clutter if we need to, or getting organized. You know, this is going to help navigate distractions. If you feel overwhelmed by too many things, we'll start in one area of your environment, your home, whatever you spend the most time. And don't get too overwhelmed, right? But this is all about cleaning up something here and allowing the energies to flow more fluidly. Now, there may be something, take it if it resonates for some of you, maybe something with doing feng shui as well or learning more about it. Spirit also wants you to feel grounded and rooted too, no matter where your life may be taking you. What else? I accept the challenge. Oh, okay. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Yikes. Yeah. Okay. Something may have been hard to accept here. Let's get a little bit more about this. I get like 7 of Wands here. Some of you actually feel, most likely you feel really out of place, don't you? maybe even misunderstood. Let's get a little bit more about this adversity. Diving into a task. Deep diver. Okay, spirit is, okay, oh my gosh. It's like do something else right now. You know, whether it's getting involved with, you know, what you're doing and really being in it. There's something that spirit wants you to dive deep into. Immerse yourself in something that feels good and right for you, whether it's a passion, whether it's something, you know, creative, maybe it's something with healing, you know, whatever you do, don't give any more of your energy to these challenges. You know, we're talking about not going upstream here, going against the current. Might as well just dive in it, right? So dive into a task, one or two that you love to do, or that maybe you need to do, that me talks time, and give your undivided attention to that and watch this resolve on its own. Because the reason why I'm saying that is, look, fortune's wheel, you got luck and right timing. Things are actually going to go into your favor. But the obstacle is the adversity, the opposition, whether it's people, circumstance, beliefs, you know, whatever it is. We have to remain resilient to this. And how you remain resilient is possibly, quite possibly, detaching completely from it and diving into something that you truly love or want to do. This has already run its course, I feel, okay? Because the fortune's wheel, the all-seeing eye, is watching over you. Now, look at that, grace and generosity. Something has been building up here. A culmination of things have built up to bring you great fortune. Believe this and know this, but it's on luck and right timing, divine timing here. And that's what we have to be yielding for. So in the meantime, gather around, do things that make you feel more connected than it does disconnected. Yes, there are going to be times though, because it's always healthy to have your own me time, especially those parents out there or those career-driven people or business-driven, you know, you can tend to overdo it. Or project-driven people. What else? Oh, yeah, okay, see, ooh, I love this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Moving towards opportunities and relationships that serve your higher good. Okay, this is what you're attracting right now in this moment. Relationships, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And also when this comes out, this also means, yes, that we may have had to let go or letting go of relationships that don't serve your higher good, because I know there may be people in denial. You're sowing some seeds here that are really good. The dragon's hoard. Now we're gonna hoard what we want to, but we're also gonna let go of what we want to, right? So I mean, we got that me talks and a tidy house. You know, there's something about just clearing out the clutter in your inner house and literally your house, right, where you reside. And the dragon's hoard is letting you know that there are just some things that are for you that are sacred. This is your fortune that is waiting for you to claim. And so what you're doing now, these choices, these consequences, is building your fortune in a good direction, regardless of what things may be doing now. But this is all about not just yourself. There's something strong going on. Now, you might realize it, some of you, you may not. You may not until way later, that you're leaving something behind for others, whether it's a community, whether it's family, a legacy here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like the 10 of Pentacles or something, or the Ace of Pentacles, you know, because of there's something about your fortune changing for the better here. Don't deny yourself. Some of you, can I just bring this up, Scorpio? Because some, there, you know, we've been conditioned in society or through family or whatever sometimes not to, in some weird way, shape, or form, to strive for such success in a way here. Because sometimes what's really weird and unfortunate is that when you're breaking barriers or limits, it makes others have to question their own limits, but it could also trigger them to react in an adverse way. And I'm sorry that, you have to go through that, but I'm also proud of you because you're staying true to what you know is right for you. And you can't ask for anything more than that. Spirit is protecting your future fortune. This is why it's important to just keep going here. You've got something that is yours. It's rightfully yours. You're claiming this. Your future is protected here. Gratitude. And I'm just like, see this little spark right here. Just is like telling me it's sun. It's sun. The sun is coming out. Your season of sun time, fun times, and a time of real great reciprocity. I just see it so much with both of these here. Your time, other people's time, love, material thing, whatever it is. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. Spirit is just reminding you that you have a lot to be grateful for, and there is more coming. Sometimes, though, we get so distracted by doing, or figuring something out that, you know what? Sometimes we can end up missing all of these things that you've worked so hard for, and we don't really take pleasure in these good things. What else? I see Six of Pentacles with that. This future's wheel and that gratitude and this grace and generosity, there's going to be unexpected good fortune here. So don't try to figure it out. Just get excited about what's to come. What's the potential, What's the possibility here? Oh my gosh, look at that. Love. I love that. Now, it may even be a little hard right now because some of you, it may take a lot of strength to really have love and compassion for those people that are maybe pissing you off, okay? Or who want to try to anger you in some way. But just remember that life and people are also our teachers as well. But just commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I mean, this is the trick too. I mean, look at the circle. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. Forgiveness, whatever you got to do to forgive yourself or another here. It doesn't mean that you're saying, oh yeah, I liked what you did to me and I'm going to allow it more. No, you're doing something here where you are giving yourself freedom and peace of having to hang on to that hurt or that story. And it does take time. So don't get frustrated if it, pops up every once in a while, because it does. And you're a water sign. I feel that water signs, out of all the signs, tend to maybe hold on a little bit longer. And it could even be surprising sometimes, right? Years later, you're like, what in the hell? What in the hell? I thought I healed that. And it could be. It's just something had surfaced. Maybe something triggered it. But you are in this place of feeling the love that is surrounding you. Something is happening here where you won't be able to deny the love that the universe is bestowing on you. And I mean, again, I see something strong about, a commitment and love if that's what you want. But are you ready for it? This is why we have to stay committed on loving ourselves in a way that's healthy and good. You taking time out for yourself is a healthy thing here. Okay, what else for Scorpio? Oh, you got the perfect storm. Look at that. Oh my God, didn't I say this? Experience life as it comes? There it is, drifter. You're not having to figure it all out. In fact, don't. Enjoy whatever had brewed into your life. Some type of perfect storm was brewing or had brewed. And the only thing you got to do is have the courage to step into life. But what Spirit is saying is it's actually smoother sailing than you realize if you can let go of the constraints of tomorrow. I feel you're so focused on tomorrow. What's tomorrow? You know, the future. And it's causing constraint. So just drift with life. Take it easy. Take a deep, deep breath here. You know, picture yourself in this bathtub as a boat, you know, just lolly lolly da, you know, whatever. Spirit wants to prove to you that Spirit is going to take care of you. But your job is to have the courage to step into life. Because some of you are playing it small. And you might be playing it small just to make others comfortable, right? Because we don't want to piss others off. You know, that may have worked then. It's probably not going to work now. Because what I see is something or someone that has become an opposition or an obstacle will be dealt with one way or another. They will literally be put to the side here if that's what Spirit and you have to do to get through. What else? But we have to do it in a way where, oh my gosh, remember I was saying it's going to take some courage probably and great inner, you know, restraint, not to react, but to come back to a place of love. Because it does take practice to see the good in all things, even when things seem bad, ugly, or even evil. You've got a powerful purpose. See, I knew that Spirit is gracing you with a lot of generosity here because Spirit knows you've been doing such wonderful things behind the scenes that people don't even know, but Spirit knows. I know, because I got to tap into your energy. Anyhow, I know what I'm here to do. You know what? As you're drifting in life, no matter what, this is your new mantra. I know what I'm here to do. I know what I'm here to do. And just breathe that in. Sometimes what happens, Scorpio, is when you don't take time out for yourself, when you don't hear the call to take care of yourself, the universe or Spirit, God, whatever, will create a circumstance for you to stop for a minute. And most of the time, those circumstances, it really isn't comfortable because it's not us doing it. It's not our choice, even though it could have been. It could have been. But oh, look at that. That card was sticking to me. Let's see what this is. But just enjoy this moment right now. Don't give too much of your energy to tomorrow, okay? Today is today. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Achievement. See, this is this pride card. This is about not overlooking all these things you've accomplished, and don't underestimate your abilities and your skills. I mean, look at the lion there. Rawr! Well, that sounded like a little kitty. Well, I'm sorry. I have cats, okay? I can't roar like a lion. Well, I might be able to, but I'm not going to. And the bull. We may need to be bullheaded for some, okay? Look at the ancient ancestors. Oh my good. Look at the ascended masters here. Look at the guardians. Look at the guardians of the universe watching over you, shielding you with divine protection. Enjoy this time. And how you enjoy it is not by worrying about tomorrow. Today, what did you do? What is it that you've become today? Now look at this person here. This is you, whether you're male or female, because there's something about, you know, coming out, stepping in, the courage to step into life. It's almost like it's a perfect storm to push you out, you know? So it's a love push. It's a love tap. And I love that the World card came out. Now, the World card is also signifying we may need to absolutely get tidied up. You know what? Don't leave anything that can be done today hanging. If you can accomplish it today, then get it done. But also know your limits, okay? Understand your limits. Just don't have anything undone at this time. I mean, and it's funny that I'm saying undone. Look at that, because look. Something's already been mended and sealed here. Okay, now let's continue and see what else. Oh my goodness. Heart home. When you're, you do feel a little lost, or having a hard time feeling that we belong. Like, what the hell? Well, that's because you belong in a very special sacred space. Okay. You belong right where heaven has planted you, no matter what. You got to come back to your heart place, the center of your heart, where we don't have judgment. We don't have judgment of ourselves. We don't have judgment of our experiences. We just come into a place where we are breathing in our heart chakra. Your heart chakra, your heart is your home. I mean, look at this, a tidy home. Now, what is harboring in that home? Is it understanding for yourself? Because, one of the things that is very powerful is really being able to understand and have compassion for oneself, because then you really tap in and are tuned in with others as well, which is very helpful. And it's a blessing. You are a blessing. And by the way, can I say, either now or in the future, thank you. You are a blessing to the world. I already know. You got star energy. Be comfortable. No matter what, be comfortable. What else? I release the need to know all the answers. I told you, quit worrying about tomorrow or next month. I know it can be really tricky, especially right now in what's going on in the world. Okay, look at that world card, right? Oh my God, if we're looking on a world level, holy crap. Depending on when you get this is a timeless reading, but geez. Things are changing on a daily basis, it seems like, right? In the world. But release the need to control. Give it up to heaven. Look at that. I release the need to know all the answers. This is going upstream. It's creating more doubt and fear and confusion. Yeah, because I was saying it earlier in another reading, doubt breeds doubt. Doubt breeds fear. Fear breeds worry. Worry breeds stress. Stress breeds stagnation. That's all devil energy, because the devil loves to throw you off of your purpose. No matter how big or small, you've got a great purpose, and you feel it in your soul too. This is why I know a part of you says, I know I don't have nothing to worry about. I really don't. And you don't. What else? And when we're trying to find out all the answers, that's the other thing that will get you hooked up, because as you're seeking answers, you're causing more doubt. Act as if you already know that everything is fine. Something is working itself out here. Look at this. I told you, you possess gifts of the soul that benefit yourself and others. Look at this, benefactor. If your self-esteem took a shot because you had some haters, or you had non-believers, or whatever this adversity is, they just did you a big ass favor. They just made you that more powerful, that more strong, and that more resilient. You are on the path of a fortunate blessing, no matter how it shows up. So don't worry about the form or the timing of it. Just know that you are nurturing and taking care of your own self-esteem. You might have even taken on other people's insecurities, because you're an empath. You're sensitive to that. And sometimes we need to do a me talk so we understand what is our energies and what are the other people's energies. What else? You're coming out of the fire just fine. You're turning something into gold as well. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Gaining, when we lose something and we learn from that, we actually start gaining and we start producing better results in life. But we may need to, if you haven't, hopefully you have, give yourself some time to mourn what you no longer have, or what you lost, what you no longer have. What else? Okay, I told you the heart is not made for this harboring guilt. Okay, and it's one of these things, it's a human emotion that we do work through. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth, right? Taking a hit on your self-esteem one after another, it's too much. You may even feel guilty for not being able to help another or others in the way you see fit. But this is where you may be mistaken. You've done all that you can. Spirit wants to help you now. You need to help yourself. Because you're coming into more of an up-leveling here. Forgiveness. Letting the guilt go by not saying it was right or wrong, but just telling yourself that it was an experience that you learned from. Commit to seeing love in all things right now. This is the key. You got to be disciplined too. Yeah, that mind. Oh, I know, the monkey mind, right? I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now, I think I brought that up about maybe focusing on one or two things, right? Getting things off your to-do list. Focus things, especially when it comes to your thought process, on what is a priority to think about. What else? I really get strength card too coming out. So Leo, the zodiac sign Leo is coming out. Look at this. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah, you're on this path of success, and that means that you're having to go into uncharted territory here, experiencing life as it comes. Instead of being reactive, you're maintaining a sense of strength and endurance here, because there's really nothing to fear, actually. The only thing that you're fearing is success. Now, I was going to bring this up earlier because some of you, not all of you, some of you are sitting at success and you're literally scared shitless right now whether or not you're going to be able to sustain it. Have to be very careful, right? Because negative thinking can become self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, for those Scorpio, when you do come into success, just know it will make you question things. But you deserve the success. You deserve good fortune. Okay, now let's continue and see what else. Many masks, the authentic self. This is a reinvention. This is you getting to explore what you want to. Yes, you've been wearing many masks, as we all do, because we are either parents, teachers, a community coordinator, a lawmaker, a firefighter, whatever it is that we do wear many masks. But what's happening is you're going through this me talks, and what's happening too, which is a gift and a wonderful thing, is that you get to your life purpose, or something that you are being guided on this path, is being able to be your own damn self. So you get to create abundance just by being yourself here. And you also get to try on some new masks if you want to. You get to explore. You get to change the story for yourself. Now, there may be something with, making sure that you're staying in line too, where you're, boundaries, right? Are you doing too much for others at this time, perhaps? Or worried? Because some of you, it could be, this adversity is like, you may want to make others happy, or at least agreeable here. But sometimes God places special souls in situations where you may need to activate and trigger a challenge within them. You know, we're all here learning from one another in some way, shape, or form. What else for Scorpio? Here's, oh my gosh. Didn't I just say the Ascended Masters? I knew it. I just saw you guys. Okay, create open communication. Your Ascended Masters know that you're going through life just like they had to on this earth plane, and they understand the trials and tribulations. They understand how you feel out of place because they understand that you originate from a place of love and infinite possibility, not this restricting world of matter and dense energy, even though we play in it. You know, this is about you, not, of the world, or how do you say that? Not in the world, but above the world, or I forgot how do I say that. I think you know what I mean. So create this open communication. Your Ascended Masters are giving you guidance right now. They know that the path that you're on hasn't been easy, but this is the path that's going to give you the greatest fulfillment. Now, do we have time and space for this? Are we doing too much and worried about tomorrow too much that we forget to connect? They're calling you. Are you calling them? They're always available here. Oh yeah, you're in the world, but you're not of the world. That's it. Okay, what else for Scorpio? I'm learning that to accept things that I cannot change. Okay, Scorpio, I see the death card in this, where we are in a place that something has already come to an end or it's transformed, and we're accepting this. We're just learning, right? I know that there's something that, we might be struggling with. This is a change that you may not have seen coming, and you may be addicted or obsessed with fixing it. And Spirit is saying, quit fixing it. The fixing is going to resolve on its own. You just need to go with the flow. That's the secret here. What else? Nope, that is it. Okay, so Scorpio, we're going to find out a blessing that is headed your way right now for Scorpio. A blessing that's headed towards Scorpio right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're having some otherworldly contact here. This is a reminder that you are a light being. You are not of the world, but you are a blessing to the world, and you can enjoy the world. Look at this. A blessing is your cosmic ancestors communicating, talking to you, guiding you, letting you voice your concerns to them. All of the pressure perhaps that you're feeling. Yeah, I feel that you have. You've been under a lot of pressure in many areas of your life, and they know this. So the blessing is having that contact. Oh my goodness, open that line of communication, because your cosmic ancestors will let you know that they are definitely present in your life. Pay attention to weird little things that happen in your environment. Okay, now before we end the reading, I'm going to ask Spirit what is Spirit's guidance for you for the next 2 weeks, okay? Spirit's guidance for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks. Oh, look at that. Focus on overflow. Focus on where there's plenty of things. See, this is that whole thing. Focusing your mind on the right things right now, the things that are going good and right. So the next 2 weeks, pay attention to this overflow. I do sense Ace of Cups here. So we're focusing on self-love, nurturing, doing things that bring you fulfillment and feeling plenty of. Now, before we end the oh, wait, is this, oh, hold on. I'm getting confused now. I'm sorry. The next, oh, wait. Okay, so, okay. This was the blessing, and this is what you need to pay attention to for the next 2 weeks. So I guess the reading is over. Anyhow, I hope that you enjoyed this and it was helpful for you. Love and light. Take care.